What's Jameis Winston doing on the New York Giants, by the way? We talk about the, Minnesota Vikings or insert three other teams that could use an option at quarterback. You have Russ on the roster. You have, obviously, Dart, who's going nowhere. Come on. Move Jameis Winston before next week's trade deadline. I demand it. Hey-o! Welcome to Heed the Call, an NFL podcast. It's the Wednesday Hump Day edition of the program. Dan Hanzus here with Marc Sessler, Justin Graver on the ones and twos. Jourdan Rodrigue will be joining us in just a little bit as we reach out to some troubled teens. And Marc, in your uncle role for that exercise, you have chosen the right shirt, so you are ready for today's program.
Yes.
Way to commit.
It is a mix of myself, but also we shift into thespian role at times, and this felt like what an uncle with some irresponsibility issues would don.
Right, you slip into that character, and I know you're going to do well in it. So that's coming up. We're also going to preview Thursday night football, Ravens Dolphins. Hey, Justin, jump in a second. We have been doing really well, I feel like, with the subscribers over on the YouTube side of things. We're getting a nice steady build, but we want more. What's a good goal that we want to set next?
I would say 25K is the next, sort of within our grasp, but we need a real push to get there. As of this exact moment, we are 176 subscribers away from, sorry, did I say 25? I meant 26K. 25K was our last goal. 26K, we're 176 subs away. That means it's on you, the viewer, the listener as well, if you want to pop over to the YouTube feed and just hit subscribe. But you, the viewer, to mash that button.
Help us out.
Hit us.
Because you know what, Marc? We are a humble, independent podcast, and we thrive off things like that. So please, you are a hedonist. We need your support. So smash that subscribe button. Sound off in the comments and keep this train rolling. You know what I'm saying, Sassy?
When is the last time that you smashed the like button or made a comment on a YouTube video? Do you? Because I understand, I
do it all the time, bro.
Is it all the time?
I'm on YouTube probably more than any other streaming service.
Oh, I'd say that's true of me too. I know that my kids comment and they chat with people. I don't know who. Hopefully that's kosher.
You might want to check in on that one, Uncle Marc. Yeah, my kids are talking with strangers online. I'm not sure who they are, but most of them are nice, I would think.
It's just I don't know, Minecraft type of scenarios.
Okay. Just keep an eye on it.
Will be.
This is all about helping. This episode will be about helping the youth, Yes. We help the youth. That's what we do. All right. So before we bring in Jourdan, let's get caught up on the news, midweek style. Hit it, Grave, eh?
Thank you. Well, that's a great way to get started. And I haven't even won all my games yet.
Oh, God. Can you keep playing that? I know Marc and I both got we always got quite a kick out of this.
It's a great night.
It's a great night.
I'm here with my family. I'm so excited to be in the great state of Louisiana, but more importantly, to be with you great fans.
You great fans, and you're our family.
What is going to be an incredible ride here at Louisiana State University.
That is Brian Kelly, recently relieved of his duties at LSU. That was just a couple of years ago when he, was a hotshot hire coming off his run at Notre Dame. And Marc, you and I always got a kick out of that Southern twang that he develops for that halftime speech or whatever it was.
How did he come up with that idea? Because if this were the 1812s and you were taking a train across the country to coach a different football team, we wouldn't know what you probably sound like. But now it's like this got on people's radar in about 8 seconds, and he was literally flamed out of the gate for it.
I remember back when we were covering the draft at Radio City Music Hall, it must have been the Manti Te'o year. If anybody remembers the Manti Te'o saga about the dead girlfriend, and it turned out to be
fiasco.
He was being what do you call it?
Catfished. Well,
Catfished.
she was pretending to be a real girlfriend, and then
she died. He thought he was actually legitimately a victim in this, and Deadspin, and like the highest moment of that publication before Hulk Hogan and Peter Thiel combined to take down. A lot of weird shit happened in the aughts. Right. I just got to say, and in the 2010s. But anyway, Brian Kelly was the head coach of Notre Dame, and I remember going up to the mezzanine level of Radio City to interview Brian Kelly after the Te'o pick. I think he was taken like the second or third round, and I can tell you this: he very much sounded like a 58-year-old man who lived or grew up in Everett, Massachusetts back then. You know what I mean? It was not that voice inflection.
No.
Anyway, fun.
He gone.
All right, let's check in. Let's start with the Giants. I know there's a fascination on the show with the Giants. They got to win more games to stay interesting to me, but it could
be a fleeting fascination. These things change, but
I will always sign off on content, speaking of YouTube, that involves Russell Wilson throwing his wife, Sierra, a surprise party, and then it's Wilson boogieing down with Jameis Winston, amongst others. Check this clip out. And it did make me think, first of all, there you go, Russ. And there's Jameis. What's Jameis Winston doing on the New York Giants, by the way? We talk about the, Minnesota Vikings, or insert 3 other teams that could use an option at quarterback. I've never been a Winston fan as a player, but he's certainly a better option than some of these teams are running out there right now that have run into quarterback issues. You have Russ on the roster. You have, obviously, Dart, who's going nowhere. Come on, move Jameis Winston before next week's trade deadline. I demand it.
Unless in-house they just don't want to play Russell Wilson again, no matter what. But I'm with you. I think that's the kind of thing where he's a roller coaster ride. But look at him dancing right here. I just wonder, does he ever have a day where he's super introverted and just walks around his apartment moping around and
Jameis? I don't think so.
Lashes out on people on text, just disappears.
I mean, in this weird new NFL where guys can just get traded and be slinging it for a new team 2 days later, put Jameis Winston in that situation. It will probably be an incredibly fun ride, a disaster ultimately for whatever team, because he'll get too comfortable, as he often does. If anything, he's the extrovert, Mark, that can't bring it down, and it just gets increasingly more and more until you got to send him away. And that is, coincidentally or not, kind of his football playing style and mentality as a quarterback as well. The party just has to keep on getting louder and louder and louder until it's this guy's got to leave the party. But right now, we got him sidelined, so get him somewhere.
I did like seeing Russell Wilson smile there for a minute. Not all is down in the dumps.
Russ is fine. His career is winding down, but I think he's going to be okay. He's got the love of Sierra. Anyway, speaking of the Giants, running back Cam Scatterbo was placed on IR yesterday. This is pretty rough, man. We knew it was a bad injury, but not only a dislocated ankle, but also a fibula fracture, a deltoid ligament rupture as well. Surgery, was right away close to the wound. And wound, weird. Is that from Rap Sheet? Is that his reporting? Wound?
Odd wording.
Gross.
That is Rap Sheet reporting, yes.
I wonder if that's because he had one of those things where the bone broke through the skin or something.
Or at least to some degree. And they said it was a 4 to 6 month recovery, probably towards the latter, I'd imagine. And then what kind of running back are you after that?
Sounds like a Civil War injury.
Right.
Anyway, it was successful, and the good news is the rehab, even though it sounds like it wouldn't be, it's pretty straightforward, and he should be ready for the offseason program. So good news on that. I also got sound from Kirk Herbstreit on Scatterbo's decision to go to injured reserve.
What kind of a man are you? You're worthless and weak.
I mean, this guy's out of control, this Herbstreit.
He's not going to let go. That's not going to be removed from his visage for a while. Tough one.
Whatever happened to Gary Cooper? You watching the World Series? Well, a lot of like the feedback was, it was very extreme in both directions. It was some people were like, Zuzzer, I love the play-by-play of the World Series, that classic that ended up going 18 innings with Freddie Freeman hitting the walk-off homer to beat the Jays. And then some people, mostly people from like Scotland, being like, mate, don't ever do it again. That's what Scottish people sound like. But anyway.
It's also a tough fast forward if you fast forward through those things, because it was like intermittent. You'd hop over and just give us like a minute and then back to the show.
But I thought it was interesting. I was watching, I've been watching the series. The Blue Jays won yesterday, even it up. They beat Ohtani. But you had Justin Herbert and Madison Beer there. You also had Matthew Stafford and that wife of his, Kelly. She was there. Bieber was there too, so that's cool. So celebrity row, but to have both LA quarterbacks, isn't it funny? Like LA, and that speaks to LA, the football town. We do have two very high profile quarterbacks, two potential Hall of Fame quarterbacks, but it's never anything like, man, LA, who's got the better quarterback? There's no like debate involving the Chargers or Rams. It's like they exist in different universes almost.
Yeah, they don't even seem to have like a Mets, Yankees, or Jets, Giants kind of tension before him. It's just too early, and it's just not. It's LA too, but Herbert's status is shooting through the roof with new groups of fans because of Madison Beer. She's had 21 million TikTok followers, and they went to like a Halloween party. They went to the Lakers game. They went to this all in the course of like 4 days. So
I want to know more about Justin Herbert. He seems like he's been dating around, doing the thing that you would expect for a young, successful, handsome professional athlete in LA. Like I feel like he's doing all the things that I would do if I was Justin Herbert. And now I just want to learn more about him, because he is also a little bit closed off, almost like an empty vessel. But I think there's more to it. Like, how do we crack the code and find out more about Justin Herbert? Any ideas, Mark?
I think we've got to get in through the Bieber and Madison Beer door. That's probably the quickest way to get to Justin Herbert. We befriend them. They see quickly what we have to offer, and we get the information we need on the quarterback.
The Saints officially name quarterback Tyler Shuck their starting quarterback, so that's cool. I mean, I think this ultimately, I just talked about the Saints and how difficult they are to watch for me. Because they're just kind of a nothing burger, and they really need to hit the hard reset. Some Saints fans reached out saying that's exactly how we feel. Didn't take it personally. Yeah. And in a way, like, Spencer Rattler, he got his chance. It didn't work out. Now Shuck's going to play a little bit. There'll be similar results, I would imagine. And then the Saints, at least internally, I would hope, can go, all right, so those guys are depth pieces or maybe trade pieces. Now let's really figure out how to rebuild this thing from the studs. But Shuck will get the start. Who do the Saints have this week?
Let's take a look.
The Los Angeles Rams.
How about that?
In L.A.
Isn't it funny how it all ties together?
That's
the universe
not an
is all connected, Ceci.
Not an easy opponent. It is all connected. What also feels connected is that neither one of these quarterbacks will be involved in the Week 1 starting operation next year.
Mm-hmm. The Lions.
Another thing to keep.
Yes.
Sorry.
Justin.
Another thing to keep an eye on with Shook is that he has an extensive injury history in college, and that's the reason why he stayed in college for so many years. So, like, there's a non-zero chance we see Spencer Rattler again.
How about this? How about we make a deal internally? You keep an eye on that.
I will, because the Titans play the Saints Week 17, and I want to know who the quarterback's going to be.
Really? My point is, like, is there one quarterback that you absolutely hope is playing more than the other?
Yes, Spencer Rattler, because I think he is better, at least right now, and I want the Titans to get the number 1 pick. By the way, Jets, Saints, Week 16, those 2 weeks are going to decide which of these 3 teams gets the number 1 pick.
I don't care.
Whatever.
I don't care. It's really, I've thought about that a lot because, the Jets are one of those teams that always make the wrong choice. I don't mind being like the 3rd pick and letting other teams potentially up, and then the Jets fall into the right choice. Like, when your favorite
take
team
Drake
is
May basically instead of
right,
what everyone else did.
That's fair for your situation. As a Titans fan, I want them to be able to trade back because they don't need the quarterback. But I get where you're coming from.
You might need a quarterback. But yeah, okay. No. Lions make Aiden Hutchinson highest paid. It happened. It's happened, Justin. The Arizona Cardinals did the same thing. They took a quarterback top 10, and then another quarterback came available at number 1 overall. It was Kyler Murray, and they did it. I'm just saying, I know you believe in Cam and you have merchandise out there on the streets that you're not getting a piece of, which I heartily want to underline is unacceptable. You should be getting a piece of any psych ward.
Well, how many people are getting a piece of that right now? How are those flying off the shelves? The Cam Ward shirts?
Yeah, that friend of yours.
I wouldn't know.
Why don't you reach out to him?
I'll have to ask Austin, see how the sales are going.
I mean, the fact that Austin, if he's moved anything, Mark, on any of those psych ward shirts,
right,
and there's no shooting Justin a text, hey, man, this is pretty crazy. Like, this shirt's selling pretty well. Do you think maybe you want a taste of this? You know, something like that. That's what a friend would do.
No, otherwise I think one of us has to go out there with like a ball-peen hammer and handle this situation the old-fashioned way.
We don't want to do that, Justin. So maybe if you could just do it in a more civil way.
I've also worn that shirt on the pod multiple times to give it it's giving it some pop, you know. I don't know.
Yeah,
like that.
Not comfortable.
Well, don't be too easy though. Then he doesn't have to do anything if you're already servicing the product on air.
Right. My bad.
Thank you, Mark. Very uncle level advice there as you're warming up for today's segment. The Lions make Aiden Hutchinson the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. I love how we, you know, as the host of this show, I say that phrase like 14 times a year. Right. I just, you know, just the new contract gets signed, then the next one, then the next one. Now it's Aiden Hutchinson, highest paid non-QB in NFL history in terms of guaranteed money, $141 million guaranteed, 4-year, $180 million deal. Makes him the second highest paid non-QB by average annual salary, $45 million a year, behind only Michael Parsons at $46.5 per year. And this is a smart move, obviously. Hutchinson has been everything that the Lions could have asked for and hoped for. Maybe they win the Super Bowl last year if Hutchinson doesn't break his leg in week 5 or whatever. We'll never know. But it also, these type of signings, Sessdog, always underline to me, okay, you guys better win soon because they got so many talented players that these guys, the bill's going to come due for all of them, and you're going to eventually get in a place where, like, and I know the Lions have been run better in some ways than the Dallas Cowboys with what happened with Michael Parsons ending up in Green Bay, but this core is not going to stay together forever. And it's like there has to be, and I know there is, but the urgency should be off the charts. And every time you see a giant deal like this, it will come at the expense of depth and even star players leaving the team elsewhere, either next year or the year after. So take advantage of the window. It's wide open in 2025.
Yeah, we've seen it with all those quarterback contracts. These essentially are quarterback contracts. Like the Myles Garrett contract resembles this to some degree in terms of how it affects the rest of what you can do. But this was inevitable. It's the deal at the peak of his powers. I really appreciate from just our tracking these stories standpoint that this just gets quietly done on October 29th versus we're dealing with it for 4 months in the offseason. Like you're taking you are benefiting everyone by getting it done, but it was never not going to be, and he totally deserves it. And you're right. The trick is your capologist or capologists need to figure out how to keep kind of like the Packers, a team with so many young, talented players in house because your window is changing every year.
Okay. Good one, Mark. In other news, Trade deadline's next Tuesday. How about that? And the Patriots, they move safety. I always kind of struggle with this name. I just found the Patriots website actually has this player standing in front of a green screen. The video is titled Pronunciation: and his name. Here it is.
Kyle Duggar.
Wait, that's the best thing.
Kyle Duggar.
Wait, this is actually really funny. The Patriots have on their website a pronunciation guide for Kyle Duggar. And then they cut it off before he finishes what he says. That's not very helpful.
It's the opposite of helpful.
Is it Duggar? I think it is.
That's how I believe that is exactly what it is.
Steelers trade for Patriots safety Kyle Duggar. They placed Deshaun Elliott on IR. You saw he suffered that unfortunate knee injury.
Jairus Buyer.
Yes, exactly. In prime time. So the trade is Duggar and a 7th-round pick to the Steelers. The Pats get a 6th-round pick back. The Patriots also traded Edge Keon White to the 49ers for a 7th-round pick. Or White and a 7th for a 6th. I don't care about those trades. I don't. I'm mad I even said it. If it's a trade that involves this guy and a 7th for a 6th, it's like it's not up to the bar. It's not up to the HTC bar of conversation. And go find it on your nerd podcast. And just enjoy that I did it here.
It's low agate. I will say there are whispers. Mike Florio talked about this a little bit. That AJ Brown to New England is something out there that could become more of reality. And of course, with Mike Rabler, that makes a lot of sense. And they're moving people off. Like, I don't know, when I start to see moving parts away, what part is coming in for a team that is sitting near the top of the AFC?
I mean, AJ Brown, and there's an article in The Athletic that went up recently that paints a somewhat sympathetic picture of AJ Brown and his plight with the Eagles. He might be such a pain in the ass behind the scenes and so toxic on that team that they end up moving him for much less than you would expect. And if you have the chance to get a player of AJ Brown's ability, I know he's a pain in the ass, but a lot of wide receiver ones are pains in the ass. If you're the Patriots, although I know Mark hexed him on Monday, which is excellent news. I'm just so happy about that. I am
getting absolutely inundated with negative comments about that. And
absolutely thrilled about that development.
Well, he doubled down on it too. Right after we finished taping the Monday show, he tweets a picture of the Patriots with some caption like "Something special is happening."
I love you,
Mark.
Mark. Thank you so much.
I felt that in my heart, but that's probably the core problem.
Is this an early Christmas gift to me, your buddy and partner, that you're doing this?
Let's see how it plays out. But if it plays out, yes. But I'm not. Then it sounds like I'm a troller out there with some sort of special powers.
That's the crazy thing. You're not. You have this like.
Like, are the Packers cursed right now? I don't think so. They went through a little bit of a rough patch, but they're not.
Because you moved off them.
Your heart moved to the Giants, and they tanked, and now you just said it's something you feel. It's not something it's not performative or whatever, and that's how the curse becomes.
And it's classic
effective.
Uncle Mark. Like Uncle Mark, he just can't sit still. Like he keeps on getting his eye caught by all these things, and he just runs toward them like a moth to a flame. And now it's the Patriots, and I couldn't be happier about it because there is a script that gets followed here. But back to my point. The Patriots are maybe one piece away from actually having a chance to get out of the AFC. Like when you were erroneously given credit for the Packers becoming a title contender because they got Micah Parsons. And it was like, okay, now they make sense as a title contender.
Well, after I said that, but yeah.
Right. That's you made the comment about them being a Super Bowl team before they got Parsons. And I remember being like, I don't think they're there. Then they got Parsons. It's like, okay, now they jump up a level in terms of the tiers. The Patriots will do the same thing if they go and get AJ Brown, and then they'll get a hyper motivated year or two out of him, and then he'll run himself out of that town. And how good would it feel for you, Justin, if AJ Brown and Mike Vrabel were reunited?
Yeah,
for another team.
That's just like a dream come true for all Titans fans. By the way, Mike Rice has a report out that the Patriots are, quote, most likely to target a running back or a veteran pass rusher at the deadline. So these moves to move off these old regime players could just be the first move in a series to get new guys in. Yes, yeah. Kyle Duggar. Yes.
Kyle Doug. All right. Anything else in the news?
I'll pull the real sound of that off their website so we can reuse it in the future.
You doing the inner monologue thing again?
Again, thank you for the details, which we do appreciate.
When's the last time I got my teeth cleaned? I should probably do that. Do I have enough insurance money? I'll check on that too.
When will that man come back and cut my lawn?
Yeah, the man to cut my giant lawn on my rental property. Where has he been? Did I default payment? I'll have Jessica handle that. All right, in other news, Isaiah Pacheco left Monday night's win with a knee injury. He's considered week to week with an MCL sprain. Bummer. And that's what's happening in the news. All right, let's take a break. And when we get back, we welcome in one of our favorite people, Jourdan Rodrigue, and we are going to get serious. We're going to be parental. We're going to be uncle-ly-ish. We're going to help some troubled teens. Stay right there. We are. Money, man. We all got to be better about our money. And managing money can feel like a full-time job sometimes, between overdraft fees, waiting for your paycheck to clear, and trying to build up savings. It's easy to get frustrated. And that's why I really like what Chime is doing. They make banking simple, fair, and actually helpful. When you set up a direct deposit with Chime, you can get paid up to 2 days early, enjoy fee-free overdraft coverage, and skip the usual monthly or maintenance fees entirely. Every dollar goes further when you're not losing it to surprise charges. Come on, Mark, surprise charges? Enough of that.
We don't need it. We don't need it. And, I've got a couple friends that use Chime, and they're talking about it. They love getting real-time transaction alerts. It makes it so much easier to stay on top of spending and know exactly where your balance stands. Plus, access to over 47,000 fee-free ATMs means you're never stuck paying to get your own cash out. Come on. And with qualifying direct deposits, you could get free overdraft up to $200. To date, Chime has spotted members over 30 billion, Dan.
30 billion. Work on your financial goals through Chime today. Open an account in 2 minutes at chime.com/HTC. That's chime.com/HTC. Chime. It feels like progress, baby.
Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. Members FDIC. Spot and eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Timing depends on submission of payment file. Fees apply at out-of-network ATMs. Bank ranking and number of ATMs according to U.S. News and World Report 2023. Chime checking account required.
Oh boy, fall always feels like a reset. Between busier routines and shorter days, finding time to cook can be a nightmare. That's why I love Factor. They're chef-prepped, dietitian-approved meals make it easy to stay on track and enjoy something comforting and delicious, no matter how hectic, Mark, the season gets.
No, it's absolutely true. More variety, more meals, choose from a wider selection of weekly meal options. It's great, including premium seafood choices for you, Dan, like salmon and shrimp at no extra cost. Support your wellness goals. Enjoy even more GLP-1 friendly meals and new Mediterranean diet options packed with protein and good for you fats. That's just the beginning, Dan. There is no end to the goodness of Factor meals.
I like it, yes, and I love that Mediterranean diet. We're trying to tighten up. We're trying to look good on camera, Mark,
right.
and Factor is helping us on that point. I use this, Mark uses this, and you should too. If you're a busy person, if you want to eat healthy, if you don't want to have a big time commitment issue, Factor's for you. Eat smart at factormeals.com/HTC50 off. And use code HTC50 off, HTC50 OFF, to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for a year. How about that? That's code HTC50 OFF at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for a year. Mark, that's the most important meal of the day. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor.
Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase.
Oh, baby. My God, that's Jourdan Rodrigue's music. Thank you, John
guys.
Bukovac.
Hey there.
Hi.
Dan, Mark, Justin, all the guys. Hello. I'm so happy to be back.
Yes, look at this. The gang back together. What's new with J-Rod?
I wore my hat for the occasion. I feel like this is how, people, remember this is,
right.
The trademark, the vintage. I was going to wear my Halloween costume from last year, which was just me, but in a different hat. But then, it sort of traumatized Dan a little bit.
No, I learned my lesson from last year that I'm with like, Jim Halpert people when it comes to Halloween. It's like, oh, Halloween? I'm postmodern Halloween.
Well, I also
here's my meta costume. It's like, okay, but he's so cool. I forgot.
No, well, I was actually thinking about this entire issue in the middle of the night because we're close to Halloween, and it was like, I also annoyed Dan Jourdan, if you recall, because I just simply put child sunglasses on, and he showed up as John Travolta from Pulp Fiction. So it created this tension which is always good for a show, but it created tension right out of the gate in that midseason.
Well, shout out to Michael
preview.
Sean Dugar.
He did a nice job. If
Yes,
that's what you're aiming for, he did a nice job. If you're aiming for that.
Right,
The two of us
yes,
did a nice job with what we were aiming for.
Yes, we did, Mark. Yes, we did.
Postmodern Halloween. I'm above it. I'm cool. I'm a cool kid. Yes, you guys nailed that. Way to go.
Yes, we did.
Some people...
See, now you got me riled up about it again.
See,
I know, because it really annoyed you.
And I hope you're happy because...
that wasn't the goal, though.
And everybody sound off in the comments. Halloween's canceled on Heed the Call because of Mark.
No. Smash the like button if you agree with me.
I was the instigator, but it's specifically Mark who got
I'll deal with it the rest of the year. That's all.
Jourdan, what a blessing it is to have you back with us. Such a busy woman. Just thriving in all ways, and you've taken a little time out of your schedule to help the troubled teens of the NFL.
Yes, those teens, those youths.
We're here.
It's a couple of them.
The three of us. It's going to be a family. We're going to keep this in house. It's going to be a family matter. We are at the portion of the NFL schedule where we have matured out of childhood, but we're not quite to adulthood. We're in those rocky years of 13 to 18 that sometimes the kids need guidance, and that's what we're here to do. So coming off a week of blowouts, we thought maybe we would identify three troubled teens and see if we can get through to them. So without further ado, go ahead, Justin. All right, here we go. Let's, Jourdan, we got to talk to Dallas. We got to start with Dallas. Dallas is someone that, this is a troubled team that needs our help right now. Do you agree, or do you not want to do this?
I'm here to support, and I'm trying to stay strong because he needs it. He needs us right now.
Okay, let's do it. All right, turn that off. Dallas, turn that off. Turn it off.
Jeez.
It's rock and roll music. That's the problem. All right, Dallas, your mother and I want to talk to you about what's been going on with you so far. Also, your Uncle Marc is here. He's been away for a while, but we're really glad he's back, and we're happy about that, and he's just going to be staying with us for a few weeks until he gets back on his feet.
Look at you, big dog. You're almost a man now. I am sorry that I missed all those soccer games, multiple birthday parties, and that play you were in, I think it was called A Drowning in the NFC. I wish I could have been there more, but I think about you.
Okay. Let's see. We're all here as a family, Dallas, and we want to talk to you about what's been going on, and I understand that your frustration and where you're coming from right now, because in some ways we see that you're trying your best, but you have to understand, Dallas, we're poor. We're poor, and we know that you need more than we have to give you, and we know Grandpa Jerry is, he might be going through some things, and we're a little concerned about him too. And we just want you to know this is not your fault, Dallas.
Do you think I'm an idiot?
Jerry, come on. Stay out of this. Let us handle it. Jourdan?
We tried to set a hard boundary with Jerry as well, because I know the late night phone calls and the visuals of him drinking and just carrying on and just talking to you at all hours of the night. I know that's caused you some stress, Dallas, and we're trying to set a hard boundary, but I think we really are trying to reach you in explaining to you what's going on with us right now as a family. Because I know it can be confusing. You see the Lamborghini out front, and you see us, we're shopping at Erewhon every week, and sometimes Whole Foods, just, for people to see us. And I know we don't have furniture in every room in the house. And I know we can only heat one room at the time. But it's about appearances. And you just have to understand that as you mature, that you have to at least keep up the facade that you're doing well, even if there's no furniture in the bathroom.
Do you understand, son, what we're trying to say to you?
Fine.
What? Well, Uncle Marc, what do you have to say?
Well, I'm going to come from a little bit of a different angle.
This guy just freaking got here.
I think we spend most of our
Your
life
brother.
trying to please the parents, right, Dallas? And sometimes we have more need when we're young for parental advice than a cat has for pajamas. Like, I think that you're going through your own journey, and your parents, they're wonderful people. The mom is a little wound up, but you're dealing with a lot because your parents' value system seems different than what's happening with you at the core. And I feel for you as someone that always,
As a matter of fact, I wanted to be
didn't please my own
Jerry,
dad.
stay out of this. Jerry, go back into the living room.
Dan, we talked about boundaries. Come on.
I can't control him. Go. I'm sorry, Uncle Marc. Yep.
No, I just think that sometimes it's okay to let the someone like Dallas, who I've not spent more than roughly 3 months with in the last 12 years, to have their own journey and to find their own way without you two coming in, and not to get in the way, but it's just like a lot of it's your value system put on Dallas.
Are you quite finished? Because you showed up this morning with delusions of grandeur, pass rushers and trade deadline and corner will solve everything. No, we don't even have a toilet in the GD bathroom, Marc.
It's a problem, and again, Dallas, what your mother and your uncle, the only reason they're fighting is because we just care a lot about you. We're going to see what we can do. See if maybe we could bring in someone from the outside next week ahead of the deadline to help you, but understand money's tight. I just, we just made that decision to heat the in-ground swimming pool 24/7, 365, and that's not something I'm willing to come off of. Neither is your mother. And
I'm not giving up my Birkin. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
the Birkin staying here, the yoga, the tennis lessons, all that stuff is not stuff we're going to move off. But just know that we're proud of you. We know you're doing the best you can. And we, quite frankly, you're doing a little better than we thought you would, because we've kind of put you into position to fail. And you haven't quite done that. So hang in there, Squirt. Okay. And by the way, Uncle Marc is going to be staying in your room while he gets on his feet. And we're very happy that Uncle Marc's here. And
I'll take the bed. You take the cot.
Luckily, we have a twin size air mattress just for you.
Ugh, I hate you.
All right. Obnoxious. All right, let's go. All right, that was, I thought that went pretty well. And I get why he hates us. You know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah.
It's one of those things.
Yeah.
All right, let's go down the hall. We have a bunch of kids that we have an issue with.
They all got problems. Woohoo.
All right, this is maybe the first mistake we made is we named this child Atlanta. But it's a nice city, though. So let's go in there and let's have a conversation and just try to get through.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
I'll try not to fight with you this time, Marc, but sidebar, keep it together, okay?
I speak my mind.
Hey, Atlanta. Turn off this damn rock music. The song sounds familiar. All right. Your mother and I want to talk to you after what happened over the weekend. This is your Uncle Marc, by the way. He spent the last 3 years in Southeast Asia working on his erotic fiction novel. He's going to be in the big city tomorrow to find a publisher. So
yeah, how you doing, champ? I'd love to get to know you better, and I think that I've been well introduced for that to be an easy setup.
Jor, come on, just hang in there.
I'm trying, Dan. I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying.
Jay, it's okay. We'll talk about it later. Jordan. He's trying too.
Okay.
He's trying.
I missed my brother. Okay, that's all.
I understand.
All right,
Listen, Atlanta. We're not mad. We're disappointed. You told us that this would be different. This year would be different. That we trusted you. We spoiled you. We brought those pass rushers that you asked for your birthday. We've given you everything you could want. We gave you the quarterback. You're your other uncle, Uncle Kirk, we kind of kicked him to the curb, and yet, you know, your mother and I and also Uncle Marc are just disappointed because, Jourdan, like this isn't what we signed up for. It's too much of this hot and cold, and we need more consistency from you because we know what you're capable of.
And we know you're a gifted child. Like, you excel in so many areas. You have so much talent in so many aspects of your life. You know, what I think I'm really disappointed in is, first of all, I keep finding your dad's pistol under your pillow. Please stop please stop playing with your dad's pistol. Okay. Just as much. You guys can go out to the range, right? But just please stop using it as much as you are. Honey. And listen, we got problems, Dan. Okay. Like, stop. You just got to lock that thing up. All right.
Okay. All right. I will. I'll put it in the suitcase with the lock thing.
Okay, great. It's just, we have this gifted child, and he's running himself into brick walls over and over and over again, despite all the talent that he has. I don't know if it's, we put him in AP courses, we mix up his coursework or his course load schedule. You know, we get him different teachers. I don't know. I'm at a loss with this one.
Uncle Marc is a good person to help you here, Justin, because Atlanta, because he's been through it himself, and he's had his ups and downs, and he's the first to tell you. And look at him; he's going to the big city tomorrow with that erotic novel that he hasn't shown us yet, but we believe that he actually did write it. Uncle Marc, go ahead.
Yeah, I think sometimes you need a little time away. It was just a couple weeks ago, in between Thailand and here, that I flew to Manitoba. Just decided one morning to go. Spent 2 weeks in a cluster of cabins with a group of men and women, campfires, group food, learned a lot, slept outside in sleeping bags. We had a pig roast. You've got to maybe go out of the orb a little bit, and out of your experience, and certainly
Jourdan,
your parental experience.
Get him on track. Get your brother
That's what
on
I'd
track.
say. Maybe an adventure. I know you're a little young for that, but
anymore, Dan.
He is. He's your brother.
It's not my responsibility anymore. Ever since Dan died,
it's just the same as when we grew up. I see all the same things over and over again. That's why I went where I went. Okay.
You
understand?
You do this. You do
Okay,
this.
guys.
You gaslight me into thinking that it's my fault
All right.
that you turned out this way.
Enough.
Look at her,
Son, do you understand? Do you understand what we're telling you? You have everything in front of you. We've given you everything that you need to be successful, and it's now time for you to stop letting us down. You're a disappointment, and I won't stand for it because you carry our name. Do you understand, Atlanta?
Yes, but
No, but nothing. Listen, and whatever your Uncle Marc just said to you, don't do that. Lock in. You got it? Lock in.
We just need some consistency.
Yes. Enough. Damn it. All right. That's it. Not bad. I think we might have gotten through to him. What do you guys think?
No.
I just can't quit this kid. I always feel so much hope. He's going to turn out. He's going to be better than us. He's going to break some cycles that we're in. Maybe we're putting too many expectations on him, Dan. I mean, is it us? Is it us as the parents? Maybe it's our fault.
You know my feeling about Atlanta. Always a disappointment. Will never amount to anything. But I know that you guys have felt differently about him in the past. And I'm just, this is just something I've already accepted, that he's a sunken cost as a progeny. But maybe he'll surprise us.
That would have no effect on one son.
No wonder we're in therapy.
All right, here we go. It's not a laughing matter. Let's one more child to talk to. Remember to address him by his nickname. He's very strong about that. He likes to go by Steel. And he's another one. You know what I mean? He's another one that we have to deal with. Like, our house is an absolute shit show right now.
Well, the music alone in every room.
What is up with this song? All right. Must be a hit. Hey, turn off that f***ing song. I swear to God. Listen, Steele. You know what the stakes are here. You're our special little boy. You are the one where we count on you to. You've shown in when you were younger that you could be great, but for too long now, you have not been doing anything other than just wasting away in this bedroom. And the whole town, you have to understand this. And I was talking to your mother about this. And by the way, your Uncle Marc is here. He fell down a well during a family reunion several decades ago. We only just recently found him alive.
Hey, kid, a little down on your luck. I can see you got talent, but I see where your parents are coming on this one. I'm not sure about the other two kids, but you're the special little guy, and it's time to get up, get going, take a shower, get moving, get active, be part of life. Life is out there waiting for you.
That was a man that was down a well for 34 years, and he understands that no day should be taken for granted. And Jourdan, I was talking to your mother about this. The whole town is counting on you. The Pirates are a joke. Sidney Crosby is almost 40. It's about to be cold and gray for 7 straight months. Like, this city needs steel, and you're not given enough right now.
We just know you have so much more substance to you, Steele. And by the way, we'll talk about that nickname because maybe it's time to grow out of it a little bit. But you have spent so much time and effort on some of these things, invested all of your allowance for the last several months on these surface level things that aren't making a real difference in your life. And I don't know if your dad will tell you. I know you kind of got it from him, but we'll just have to talk about it honestly and bluntly. These are just cosmetic changes, the hair gel and the different pomades and the colognes and, spending all of this money on things that are not actually changing your life in any way. They're just sort of masking the issue. We know you have substance to you. We know it. We believe in you. We're your parents and your uncle, I guess.
Yeah. What do you got to say, Uncle Marc?
Well, when it comes to masking issues, I can see someone in the room here that has been doing that for quite a while. I was the one that decided I'm going to do the honest thing, and maybe I'm not going to succeed in front of my family, and I'll go be something else. But I see something a little bit different in you. Steele, I don't think you should change your name for these guys. It may be something where you've just detached from some of your parents' ways of thinking, and you're on a little bit of a strike in your room.
See what he's doing?
We're right here.
A little bit of a strike. Maybe I support you.
There's a very low
steel
percentage
strike
of this that is smiles.
Uncle Jerry, get out of here. How did it even get in the house?
We got to change the locks. We just have to.
You know what? You said it was a good idea to bring your brother here, and I knew it was a bad idea.
I'm trying to be welcoming.
Saboteur.
I didn't know he was going to encourage a kid strike, okay? Like, I'm trying to be welcoming. I haven't seen him in years. He was in a well. Like, I'm just trying to be the bigger person here. And did you hear the shots he's taking at me?
I know. I understand. You guys, there's a lot of baggage that we brought into this room with Steele here. And just remember that schoolyard bully, the one that's giving you so much trouble, Raven, he's he's coming for you. Okay? So if you want to have to deal with him, continue to act like this and be hot one day, cold another. Because you keep doing that, Raven's going to be right in your ass. Do you understand me?
Okay.
I'll take you to school.
All right. Hang in there, Squirt. All right. Well, we did the best we could in a lot of ways. Stay right there, and we'll be right back.
Dan, do you I know this happens to you. Do you remember that doctor's appointment you were supposed to make a while ago? The one that you were meant to book and completely forgot about until now? You know that appointment, right?
Yeah, I know exactly the one you're referring to. I don't know how you know so much about my personal life, but go on.
That's a fair question. But listen, it's certainly happened to me. There was a morning when I woke up with like a ridiculous case of pink eye. I don't know how I got it. That's for a different conversation. But I went to ZocDoc, and they made it so easy to book an appointment. It's all online. You might even be able to book an appointment before the end of this ad read. It's that easy. I solved my problem in like 3 minutes, got the stuff to put in your eye, and bang, we were good.
ZocDoc is a free app I like this too. And website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. With ZocDoc, you can book in-network appointments with more than 100,000 doctors across every specialty, from mental health to dental health, primary care to urgent care, and more. You can filter for doctors who take your insurance, are located nearby, are a good fit for any medical need you may have, and are highly rated by verified patients. You can also filter based on specific preferences, whether that's looking for a male doctor, Mark, speaks a specific language, has availability that fits with your work schedule, or has an opening in the next day or so. Once you find the right doctor, you can see their actual appointment openings, choose a time slot that works for you, and click to instantly book a visit. Appointments made through ZocDoc also happen fast, typically within 24 to 72 hours of booking. Exactly what Sessy needed. He was about to lose that eye and then said he was saved. More often than not, you can even get same-day appointments.
Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/heed to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/heed, ZocDoc.com/heed.
All right, we are back. Man, that felt that was a little too close to home. I thought in some ways, that family dynamic where everyone starts on the same side and then things kind of spin
right
in a different direction. You try to seal up one hole on the dam and then there's two more on the opposite side. You know what I mean?
There were certain narratives I didn't have to create. Let's put it that way.
My favorite, I love the freewheeling spirit uncle who just shows up.
Right. A little too comfortable too with giving out advice.
Yeah, little trying to fix things,
Right.
let's leave it to the parents, Mark. All right. Let's leave it to the parents.
I get that. In my Mark role, I get that. This Mark.
Yeah.
All right. Let's before we say goodbye, Jourdan is so kind to visit the show. Anything on the athletic side? Before we get into Thursday Night Football, any pieces you want to promote? Let us know what you're working on in your new role as a national senior correspondent, president, governor, homecoming queen. I forgot your title. It's great though.
I would love for everyone to go check out a project I recently released on the evolution of the tight end position. Basically, over the summer, I got to travel across all these different teams and across the country and learn from some of the best to play the position. And that's up now at The Athletic. It came out over the weekend. So would love for everyone to go check that out. The other thing I'm working on is figuring out when to sleep. So I'll get back to you on that one.
Okay. You're a grinder. You're a grinder. No doubt the work ethic that was instilled in you as a child in your own bedroom.
You could never stop, ever.
Nothing to break down
Produce.
there. So check all that out. I'm very proud of Jourdan as she continues her ascent through the industry. Thursday Night Football. Ravens at Dolphins. Thank God Lamar's playing. I mean, not with all due respect to Snoop Huntley, who did a great job in week 8, essentially saving their season. This is a game that needs a little bit of juice, and the apparent return of Lamar Jackson will do just that. Do we have some Lamar sound, Gravy?
Yeah, this is actually about the locker room games being
removed.
Yeah. Follow up then.
Yeah, let's start with that because I
Trope
like this.
alert.
Yeah, trope alert in full effect. There was the storyline last week that they removed all of the games, not just the ping pong table, but it actually got a little bit over the top, I thought. There are arcade games, cornhole. I think there was a popcorn machine. There was all sorts of stuff going on, and the understanding was that it was John Harbaugh and that trope of all tropes from the coaching staff. Guys aren't playing well. Take away the fun. Distractions. No, it turns out the players decided it. Nay, Lamar Jackson himself. Listen in.
Oh, yeah. I told Kaneko, our head equipment guy, I told him to take all the games and ping pong, turn the TVs off. If we could have took the TVs out, they would have been out too, but I appreciate Mr. Steve for putting that in there for us, but we had to focus. I wouldn't say people don't take the job serious, don't get me wrong, but I didn't feel like it was the time for that. We got a lot of work to do.
What's it going to take to get back in?
Keep winning, keep winning. Because we're not going to have the rest of the year, so
all
keep
right,
winning.
that's good. I love the inherent silliness of this entire storyline, and then you have that one woman behind him that's like a PR flag for the team, staring at Lamar with the most serious face I've ever seen as he talks about, the air hockey machine, it could come back, and we just got to win, but the cotton candy maker, that's only if we clinch, a division. I mean, these are the things that we talk about, Jordan, when teams are searching for it.
It's the whole episode has themes of parenting, because it seems like he's kind of punishing his kids. Honestly.
GC.
Right.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, I mean, everyone's got different motivational tactics. I don't necessarily take a lot of stock into this kind of thing, because if you can't enjoy going to work, you got bigger problems. And
True.
So I'm kind of skeptical of all of this, but I mean, it's better than a players only meeting or some other stuff that you see these other teams doing, including the team they're playing this Thursday night. So I don't know. I don't take a lot of stock in it.
I'm a little over the hot potato nature of this story, where we keep getting fresh updates every 2 days about how it went down. I do bet you there are a percentage of individuals, because it was the ping pong table was John Harbaugh's favorite thing to do. I mean, outside of work. And there's got to be a percentage of people that are just sort of quietly annoyed at Lamar Jackson for doing that as a one-man show. It wasn't a bunch of veterans deciding to do it. He just decides to do it. And Mr. Steve, has to deal with the new storage space for all the trinkets and parlor
Mr.
games.
Steve. I like that.
Well, that's what he called him. Steve Bisciotti.
Yeah, that is a name. That's one way to put it. Steve Bisciotti. I still remember after they won the Super Bowl going into that Ravens locker room, and he had those big gleaming choppers on him, sitting backwards with sitting in a chair, AC Slater style backwards, cap turned backwards, big gleaming choppers, and he's just chomping on a cigar, just like
he's a presence.
This is why rich dudes want to be sports owners, so they can do this cool move. You know what I mean? Whose dog is that? Whose dog is that?
Not mine.
I think that, speaking of parental, look, Jordan's getting up to take care of the dog. I hope she doesn't punish the dog. It's a beast. A beast is going to beast sometimes. That's just the way it is.
It can't be controlled verbally.
Right. I hope she doesn't lash it.
Daddy, chill.
Anyway, so here's the deal, Mark, with the Ravens. And I know you're annoyed about the Ravens, but this is the situation they're in. The Steelers are, as we just talked about, they could be going into their typical mid-season or late season malaise where they come back to the pack. They could be a 500 team by the end of week 9. The Bengals, not only did they blow that game against the Jets at home, Joe Flacco is potentially out week 9. He's got an AC joint sprain. So you have this whole division, as Jordan rejoins us, you have this whole division that's really up for grabs. All the Ravens have to do, if they come out of this week with a win, welcome back, Jordan. If they come out of Thursday night where they bank 2 wins in 4 days, people are going to view this division totally differently. So here's their opportunity. Let's see what they do, Mark.
Yeah, because I think the Tyler Huntley victory was a coup d'etat for a team that you thought might drop another game. But this matchup-wise is a pretty great spot for the Ravens offense. Number one, it's Lamar's hometown. He's got a ton of family and friends there. He's probably agitated and motivated to quiet, ideas that he can't stay healthy for a full season. And then you've got Jordan, the Dolphins defense, which is allowing a league high completion percentage. I think Derrick Henry's going to get right in this game in a big way and blast through Miami's front. Then I look at what Miami did a week ago against Atlanta, and I'm like, I don't know what to expect from the Dolphins this week. That was but that was the Falcons, one of our disappointing children. So
it's just a gift from Justin to me right there, I think. No, I mean, so I feel like I want to see if this performance by the Dolphins defense last week was a blip or not. I tend to think it was, based on data from the entire season. They've looked awful, just like a sieve, especially against the run game, and they can't rush the passer. So I think that's really what I'm looking at. Pat Ricard being back is sneakily such a big factor in this game for activating the run game the way that the Ravens want to, especially in disguising some of the RPO and some of the option stuff that they do run with Lamar. And so I think that that's going to be important, and certainly tough for Miami to defend regardless, but very tough when you have, a multi-positional player like that who's changing some of their personnel.
Absolute wagon.
Yes.
True. Yeah, I want to point out someone on the Dolphins side who's really one of those sneaky, annoying fantasy situations where you're like, oh, why didn't I think of that? That was stupid. I should have went and gotten Jalen Waddle after Tyreek Hill went down with that ghastly knee injury, because he is now kind of the focal point of this offense. You've seen it, in October, he's got a 6 for 110 and a touchdown. He's also got an 8 for 95. He's also got 6 for 95. He's also got a 5 for 99 and a touch. So he is finding his role as like the alpha now in that offense. So keep an eye on the Tua to Waddle connection. And, this is the number 17 in our power rankings, Ravens against the number 27 Dolphins. And just like the Jets, messing up Cincinnati, the Dolphins can now play a similar spoiler role against the Ravens, because, like I said, if the Ravens win this game, let me take a look, Jordan, at their upcoming schedule. If they could bank another win here at Minnesota, at Cleveland, home Jets, the next 3 weeks. So this is their chance for momentum.
Yeah, 100%. And I think Miami probably prefers to be considered, like to not really be considered or to not really be thought of, because the second that they've started to like shed some of these expectations that they came in with, including, how high powered that offense was supposed to be, and then they had injuries and Mike McDaniel on the hot seat and Chris Greer on the hot seat, they sort of seem to shed all of this stress and just start playing football, which, as it turns out, is working for them, especially when they're being, I think, underestimated by some of their opponents. This offense for Miami looks great, and I'm still not totally buying into the Ravens defense, which is coming along and has gotten better over the last 2 games, but still is a little bit shaky to me. So there's some potential for an upset here, but I just don't think that you're not going to see the Ravens roll right through them, but there is some berserker potential, as Mark would say.
What kind of 3-week journey would it be for Mike McDaniel to be where he was at the beginning of October to now, if they pull this off on Thursday night? Because, I mean, it is an outlier.
What a ride.
Yes, Justin. Thank you. But that Falcons game is just like, it was a weird week, but I don't know what to make of it right now. Does it mean anything? It's hard to evaluate that game because it was different than almost all their other games on defense. I'm with you. I think this is a close game. I think the other big part of the game is, does Lamar's coming back, it sounds like, but does Lamar come back and does he make it through the game? It's a hamstring. And does it change? Are they more in a protection mode where they're going to, have a more reined in game plan for some of designed, run type things for Lamar? I would imagine so, that they would try to ease him back in, but they got to win the game. I think this is a game that, I'm going to pick an upset here. I'm going to say all this talk about the Ravens getting hot. They could still make the playoffs even with a loss here. It would really damage them, though, but they can. And I think the Dolphins are playing better and playing loose because they got nothing to lose. 28-25 is my pick. I don't see an upset, but I think it's going to be closer than people think. It's going to be, I've got it 26-19 Ravens.
I mean, yeah, I'm still picking the Ravens just because they have to sort of shed this wobbliness reputation that they've got right now. And so I'm going to have them scoring 28 points. I think the Dolphins will score too, though. So I'm going to do 28-17 Ravens win.
Okay. There you go. Week 9. How about that? Week 9.
We're already here. Holy cow.
That is insane. All right. Jordan, you've said it all.
I'll just go myself.
You've said it all. And we appreciate you. And we've missed you, and now we've been reunited.
It's so great to see you guys. I was hoping Justin hit me with the full sequence of drops here, and I got.
You did. That's why Justin's here.
I love it. It's so.
At a certain point, Justin stopped producing and just went through the Jordan folder and was just firing off.
Loser, loser, double loser, as if whatever. Get the picture, doy. It's great to see you guys. Awesome to see you.
Always is. let's catch up soon in the area by the sea in which you reside.
Beers.
All right, cool. And everybody else, have a great midweek. Hump Day. We'll be back on Thursday. Anything else to add, Ceci?
I do want to mention that in the other room, my son Luke is here, and he turns 15 today. Aww. And I can't believe he's 15. That's kind of crazy.
Unbelievable.
So I'm not really Uncle Marc. I also am a father, but I think we have a little picture of him here, Justin, if that's possible. But he's a wonderful kid. He's very resilient. I've seen him go through a lot, and he's got a heart of gold. So I think after this, we're gonna go get some lunch and hang out and just celebrate. He's 15. That blows my mind. I remember when he was 1 day old. So that's how it works.
That is insane. I remember when he was born. That's how long we've known each other, Ceci. And send our regards to the great Luke Sessler. What a dude.
Happy birthday to Luke.
Happy birthday. All right. See you in a day. Have a great night. Jourdan, you're the best. Heed the call.